There always seems to be this point in time in a looter shooter's life cycle where the developer has disappointed the community. They've made some weird decision, some choice. They've forgotten what the community really likes about their game. They don't understand why the community plays their game, and they take away a feature that they really want, or they just completely go in a completely wrong direction in where their sequel is going to be. And when they get to that point, and they realize, oh, we screwed up. There's this moment where the developer finally realizes, okay, this game, this franchise, this IP might die if we don't make the right decision here. And I think Massive Entertainment came to that point recently. What's up, everybody? This is SloMo, back at you with another video. Again, this is another video about The Division. Just yesterday, they came out with their latest update, Episode 1. And Episode 1 is not just an update for new content. There are two big story missions here, as well as a new mode that takes place at a college that I haven't gotten into yet, but we'll get to that. But I just want to talk about briefly where The Division is, and I think a lot of people know, based off of previous videos I've made, as well as just in general, that Division 2 is not in a great place. It started out great, had one of probably the most flawless launch of a loot shooter I've ever seen. It was reviewed well, it was received well by the gaming community overall, and it seemed that like Massive Entertainment really listened to the criticisms they got from the first game and made massive improvements. The problem is that after launch, they completely tuned out their Division community. They listened mostly to people who really don't play loot shooters and really weren't going to stick around long term anyway, because they play these kind of games, they finish the campaign, they do your end game, and then once the content stops, they're out. They go on to something else. They don't keep playing. They don't keep grinding for loot. And when there is no relevant loot to get, when there is no content, new content to get into, then yeah, you're going to really have a problem keeping your community. And a lot of the reasons why the Division community kept playing the game is because the loot grind was good. The build diversity was good. There was always a reason to try something different, try something new. And that was missing in that game. And I think along with this Episode 1 update, the skill build changes and modifications is bringing a little bit of what the Division community wanted from this game back to us. So in a previous video, I talked about how and what was wrong with the Division 2, and I said one of the things that's wrong is that there is no more build diversity. At the time, there was only one build that you should have, and you didn't even need to have different ones for PvE versus PvP. You could literally just use the same build, and it's just a straight DPS build. Everyone was using the same talents on their gear, the same talents on their weapons. There was literally no reason to use anything differently. Massive saw this, saw the outcry for more build diversity, so that using all these skills that they created were completely worthless if it wasn't a healing skill, and they buffed it drastically. Now, yes, this is not that great for PvP. This does not help PvP at all. This is a overall issue with the game that was addressed. Does it do anything for PvP? Not really. When you can get completely wiped by a turret in 2 seconds, I don't really think that helps PvP very much right now. But it's great for PvE. And you're gonna see here in my footage how I'm really, like, this is a skill build that I just threw together. Like, this isn't even min-max yet. Over time, I've been kind of picking up pieces of gear that had good roles for skills, but I never actually put it together. I haven't done any modifications. I haven't gone to the not the crafting station, the modification station. I haven't done anything with this gear yet. But somehow I'm just completely wrecking shop left and right with using the turret and the drone. And here's this one part where I actually was talking in a party with a buddy, shout out Surtaz, and he was telling me about another game that I may actually do a video about called Boundary, and he's like, hey, check out this trailer. And so I actually put my controller down, had my skills out, put my controller down, and was looking at this trailer. My skills killed all the enemies that were attacking me. I thought that was pretty awesome, that you could actually develop a build where you don't even have to shoot your gun if you don't want to. Now, some people may say, well, I mean, how was that good gameplay? How was that, why would you want to have a build like that? Well, why not? This is what build diversity does. This is what this is what brings replayability to the game. Now everyone wants to play the game the same way. That's as obvious, because this is why when they built the game before launch, for us all to play the same way, people checked out. So yeah, this is how sometimes I like to have a build that works this way. Sometimes you want to change it up every now and then. And having skills buffed means that now I may actually go ahead and do a ballistic shield build and try to create a tank. Now that possibility is in play, because previously your shield might as well be made out of paper mache. It didn't matter. So, but now if you can now create a shield build with now skills being buffed, that makes it actually worthwhile. Now this creates more possibilities and harder difficulties in the raids. It's just it changes things drastically, and I'm glad they've gone in this direction. Now, despite that, we still are in a place where the game isn't in the greatest place. And I say that because the content still really isn't all that there. Now, I've done one of the 2 story missions in episode 1. I haven't done the new mode yet. I'll have something out talking about that later on once I get through it with some of my my normal division buddies. But this still isn't really quite enough. I still feel that completely ignoring all of the original content that they created, like survival mode from the first game, was a mistake. To not have anything like that coming in the first year in the season pass was a mistake. They are trying to be too much like Destiny. They're already coming out with a second raid after the first raid. And honestly, if you look at Destiny raids and you compare them to the Division raids, there is no comparison. Destiny raids are better. You're not Destiny. You are the Division. Be the Division. It's okay to have a raid every now and then. I mean, even Destiny borrowed their idea from Last Stand when they made their PvE VP mode with I forgot the name of it, but they have their own mode that's like Last Stand. It's okay to borrow ideas from other games, but you have to remember who you are, and who the Division is not Destiny. You can't be Destiny. You have different gameplay. It's not going to work for you to try to keep doing all these different raids and thinking that that's going to draw that community to you. No, they play Destiny for more than just raids, and you're not going to get that crowd. You can continue to keep your Division community happy and continue to get other gamers who may like loot shooters to also pick up your game, but you need to understand that you need to be unique. And just having different cover shooting mechanics and not, flashy Space Guardian flying around shooting weapons and powers out of your hands, like, all that is cool, but it's not who you are. Be who you are. So yeah, they're trying to encourage more people to the people who are playing, the changes they've made to the stress signal thing, where a player says they need help with some content. They're trying to give you reasons to actually help other people. I don't think that stuff's really going to work, especially considering there's so few people playing the game right now on all the platforms. I really think they should, at this point, start looking towards trying to implement some cross progression, some cross play, to get these communities together, and not necessarily cross play between PC to console, cross play between Xbox to PlayStation, because PC to console is just not even fair. Mouse and keyboard with this kind of game trumps thumbsticks every day of the week. So overall, I like the skill build changes. It's a good first step. It's not quite there yet. They still need to do more to really try to get this community back. And it's really difficult because a lot of people are so disappointed, and they've moved on to other games like Borderlands, Destiny, and potentially they may not come back because those games are delivering what they want and what they like. So when you lose people, there's always opportunity, the chance that you're not going to get them back. We've seen that with Destiny as well. They've lost millions of gamers, and they continue to keep a certain subset. You don't want to keep disappointing people over and over and over again, because the more you do that, and the more you, hey, we fix this, we fix that, our bad, that the less people come back to and they actually forgive you for your apology. The less people will come back overall. And so this needs to be something that needs to be addressed. Hopefully, and after this first season is done, the very next thing they announce is, hey, we're doing our own take in DC in the summer for survival mode. Something, please. But we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching my video, and let me know how you guys feel about it. If you guys are going to play episode 1, if you're done with the Division period and you just don't care anymore, you're fed up. I don't even know why you're still watching this video, but hey, thanks for watching if you still are, and I appreciate you, and you guys take care.